Hey guys, MonsterMatt here, and welcome at last to the 100 subscriber Q&A. Once again, thanks to everyone who has subscribed for making this possible in the first place. And I'm going to try and keep this kind of brief. I'm not here to wax poetic or anything like that. We have 15 assembled questions from various members of our community. Thanks to everyone who put in a question. Greatly appreciated. And I guess, without any further ado, let's get on down to it. So question number 1 from ScansNetro TV, where did I get my YouTube channel name? And that's pretty simple, really. I wanted a username that was still my name, like it was still Matt or Matthew, because when I recorded stuff with my friends, I didn't want them to have to remember to call me something else, because it just seemed inconvenient. So, you know, I tried a few different combinations of Matt this or Matt that, and finally just went with MonsterMatt because it was like the song The Monster Mash, which was kind of a favorite of mine when I was a kid, you know, around Halloween. So it just kind of happened. I don't know. It's not that great of a story, really, when you explain it like that. But that's more or less how it came about. Question number 2 from Scription. What was my inspiration for creating my channel in the first place? And basically, it's pretty simple. We went through a period there where my sister and I, because we don't live anywhere near each other, where I wanted to share my gameplay with her because she wanted to see the games I was playing, but because I'm on wireless internet and she's on wireless internet, there's just no way we could get a stable stream to behave itself for longer than maybe half an hour at most before it just crapped out on us, you know. So it just came down to it where I just decided, you know what, if I can't stream it to her, I'll just record it and put it up on YouTube so she can see it. And that's how MonsterMatt Gaming came to be. You know, I didn't start with the intention of success or anything like that. I'm certainly not successful yet, but you know, that's how we all got started. Question number 3, also from Scription. Aside from Pokemon, what kind of games are my go-to in my downtime? And honestly, it varies. I play tactical or, you know, like RTS type games. I play some kind of simulation-y games. I don't usually go full bore like Euro Truck Simulator, but I do have Euro Truck Simulator too. So I mean, occasionally I'm in the mood for it, I guess. I play a lot of RPGs. My taste is kind of hard to put a label on, I guess, but I guess essentially I'm willing to try just about anything, and if it's fun, then it's fun, and I keep it around. You know, I'm not really, you know, any one kind of gamer, I guess. All right. I guess kind of an addition to 3. So question 4, also from Scription, because he put in quite a few onto our list here. Do I play anything competitively? And about the closest thing to competitive play I've ever spent any real time on was Block and Load a couple of years ago, which is kind of like. I guess the best way to describe the game is it's like if Minecraft and like Call of Duty had a baby. Like it's a first person like block world, you know, objective game. It's actually surprisingly fun because I don't really like Minecraft that much, and I don't generally play that many FPSs. But for some reason, I really had fun with it. But even then, it was just regular regular matches against other people, so it doesn't really count as a competitive scene or anything like that. Question number 5 from ScansNetro TV, my favorite YouTuber. Okay, this is actually a really hard one for me because I enjoy different channels for different reasons, you know. So if I'm having like a bad day and I need you know need just to go sit somewhere and cheer up, then I'll go watch like Jacksepticeye or maybe K-Cray. If I want something that's gonna make me laugh, then Donkey, of course, or maybe come on, mouth. Donkey or Sky Williams, because they're both hilarious. If I just want to sit back and watch something and kind of get invested in it, and then you know, look no farther than Scription, because you know the man's got a very relatable way about him that makes him easy to watch and even easier to cheer for. So you know, and there are still others that I watch as well, like oh shoot, come on. My mouth does not want to work today. I'm sorry, guys. But no, I will often with my sister actually we'll both watch the golfing videos over on Gassy Mexican's channel, because he and his friends play Golf It, and it's hilarious to watch them rage at each other. It's fantastic. So just, you know, that's kind of the short list, I guess. But I just kind of watch whatever I feel like watching. It's basically what it comes down to. Number six, also from Scans Netro TV. My favorite game, another hard one. I think it's basically impossible for me to narrow down like my favorite game to one thing. You guys have probably gotten the impression by now that I don't usually have one favorite of anything. I tend to be like, I like this for this reason or that for this, for a different reason. And I've played so many games now over the years and liked them for, 4 different reasons. So it's pretty much impossible for me to just pick one, unfortunately. From Aokohai, my favorite Pokemon game. Now, see, this is a bit different because this is more specific, and I have an actual answer for this one, and it's Soul Silver. Mostly because it's a straight upgrade over the original Pokemon Silver, which I played the crap out of. My first Pokemon game was Red, and I loved Red version. I mean, I was a kid, and it was fantastic. I played the crap out of that as well. But I think I spent way more time on Silver because I was a little bit older. I was able to actually have more of like a plan going into it because I'm pretty sure when I first played Red, I was too young to really understand more than just catch Pokemon, level Pokemon, beat stuff up. Like I don't think I even really grasped type advantages or anything like that. And then again, Red was weird for type advantages too, so I'm not really sure if it was me or the game or both. But I was a little bit older by the time that I got my hands on Silver, and the graphics were better, the mechanics were better, and I played Silver endlessly. I just kept I would beat it, restart, beat it, restart, beat it, restart, just over and over and over. And yeah, I mean, I had the N64 attachment for Pokemon Stadium 2, so I would plug it into there and use the various functions that went through that, and Silver was definitely my favorite, and when it came out for the DS as Soul Silver with all these new upgrades and just the updated mechanics, even better graphics, the Pokemon that walked along behind you, I was over the moon. I was sold instantaneously. So definitely Soul Silver. There have been some entries in the series that I also have been quite fond of, but I think Soul Silver will always have that special place in my heart because it is the spiritual successor to Silver, which I just was basically the best, well, not the best part of my childhood, but definitely one of them. Question 8, also from Aokohai. Do I play any shooting games? And I guess the simple answer is yes and no. I'm not really a huge fan of FPS games overall, but there are exceptions. I can enjoy a shooter as long as it has more depth to it, like BioShock or what was that game called? Singularity, I think it was. As long as the game has an actual story, or preferably some kind of mechanic other than daka shoot stuff, I'm usually fine with it. Kind of a good example of a game that was basically just a shooter, but I still enjoyed was Spec Ops: The Line, because it had an actual plot. The plot was basically centered around making you feel like a bad person, but it was still a plot, so I actually kind of enjoyed it. Question number 9, also from Aokohai. Where am I from? I am from Canada. It is cold here currently. We have 3 seasons, winter, summer, and neither, and occasionally construction. So Canada is the simple answer to that question. Question number 10 from Scription. Hobbies besides YouTube and gaming. Not too much at the moment because of how much time YouTube has been taking up, and just it's been a it's been a real struggle for me to even find time for my family and friends besides YouTube because I've been putting more effort into editing and all that. But I used to be into tabletop gaming and miniature painting quite a bit. So Warhammer 40,000, for example, was more or less my go-to in my younger days. And I was actually pretty decent as well. I may have to dig out my models at some point and take a picture of the ones I am most proud of, because the most recent ones I've been painting were actually pretty good, if I do say so myself. But it's a very expensive hobby, and I mean, there are people who can play it just by themselves. Well, sorry, not play it. There are people who can derive satisfaction just from painting and assembling the models, and I kind of can. But the ultimate goal for me was always to play, and I didn't have anyone I could reliably play with, which is another reason why it kind of crapped out on me. So it's not really a priority right this moment for me. All right, question 11, also from Scription. What do I desire to do in life? And I mean, dude, could you have given me a harder question? Yeah, honestly, it's always been sort of a struggle for me to even figure out like what my goal in life was. Through some circumstances with my childhood that I haven't really adequately explained yet, but I think I will maybe for like a future milestone special, perhaps do like a draw my life kind of thing, maybe. Anyway, but the short version basically is that because of these events, I never really learned how to want stuff for myself, you know, in like a broader like life goal kind of sense. It just doesn't come naturally to me. So it's been kind of a recent thing where I've been trying to figure out, you know, what I want to do. And I guess ultimately I'm just sort of almost too simple a person. Like I'm a pretty straightforward guy. As long as there's a roof over my head and food on my table and the people I'm close to are happy and healthy, I'm kind of good. I don't really need more than that. You know, I have very basic taste. Other than that, I guess I just like being able to help people generally. So I guess if I had to put it in like one sentence, what I desire in life is just to be able to help people that need my help when they need it. You know what I mean? Like be in a position to do good on some level. You know what I mean? And that's basically it. It's very general. You know, I mean, and I guess that's maybe a bit too selfless for some people. Like you might think that, oh, you know, he's just saying that to look good, but no, that's basically it. Like on a more personal side, I mean, I guess like get married with someone who, you know, actually likes me for who I am, and I like them for who they are. Like there you go. There's the selfish aspect. You know, don't die alone. Yay. Question 12, coming from Arvidal. If I could be famous for one day on YouTube, what game do I want to play, record, and upload? This is another tough one. It would be easy if come on, mouth. It would be much easier to answer if I did have some favorite game to fall back on, but like I said before, I really don't. I guess a good choice, though, would be The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, probably because I could get all that done in one day if I went all out and had someone else, like, editing and uploading it. I suppose if your question allows for a stream, I could stream Zelda. I would be pretty okay just doing, like, a stream of Ocarina of Time, because it's fun. Another great game for streaming would be anything that's longer, basically. You know, like Endless Space 2 takes hours. TerraTech, another great game for streams. Yeah. All right, question 13, also from Arvidal. I think actually the last 5 questions are basically all from Arvidal. Anyway, 13, Arvidal. If I could change something in my life, what would it be? And honestly, at the moment, I'm fairly content with my life overall. I mean, I have my fears and my worries, just like, you know, like everyone does. But I'm content most of the time. If I had to change one thing, it'd be that I'm unable to do very much for other people. There's a lot of trouble and anxiety in our world, and I think it would be just so amazing to be able to help people with that. You know, again, this kind of ties back to my life goal kind of a thing. But that really is what I want. You know, if I was in a position where I was stable and able to, you know, basically, if there was nothing I had to worry about for myself, then it would give me the ability to look at other people and say, okay, this person, you know, that like my sister needs this, or my grandma needs that, or whoever, you know, and I mean, I'm not a saint, you know, like I'm not sure that off the bat, like if I had a lot to give other people, then I guess I would be okay giving it to strangers, because it'd be like, you know, I mean, there are, you know, of course, many charities in the world that are, you know, established and do good work, and that's fine. I'm totally fine, you know, giving to them once my own needs are met. Again, I'm not a saint, you know. I mean, once my needs are met and my family is safe, then by all means, you know, that help others. And that's, I guess, the one thing I would like to have different about me, is be able to be in a position where I can do that, where I can give to charities and such, you know, without having to feel like, oh crap, you know, will I have food, you know, like tomorrow or next week? Because, you know, starving for the benefit of others is great, and I'm sure it's very noble. But like I said, I'm not quite that level of giving. I'm a human being, and yeah. Number 14. What do I like oh, sorry, this one is also from Arvidal. What do I like the most about being a YouTuber? Honestly, it gives me hope that maybe if I am very, 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 very lucky, that someday that those things that I want and things that I want to change may actually be able to happen, and will allow me to bring about you know, that ability to help others who need helping. It's a long shot and it's kind of a pipe dream, but that's what I like best about it. You know, that and playing tons of video games, because I'm sorry, again, I'm a human being, and I'm I am selfish enough, but honest enough to admit that I do enjoy playing a lot of video games. All right. Question 15, Arvidal, he wants to know about ducks. Quack. So there you go. 15 questions, or 14 and a half, I guess, if you want to get real technical about it. So thanks so much for leaving these, guys. Hopefully these questions gave you a little bit more insight into me as a person. Like I said, I'm not a saint. I do want to do good in the world around me, but I am by no means any kind of a saint. You know what I mean? I'm human. I have selfish desires and wants and quirks and whims like everyone else. You know, I'm sure there are many people in the world who are better people than me. But I do my best, and that's really all that I can ever do, and it's also why I don't promise to do more than that, because there are people who are quick to promise things, like, oh, you know, I promise I'll do this, and I promise I do that, I'll do that, and then they overwhelm themselves with all these things that they intend to do, and they never get around to any of them, or at least not half the ones that they promise, which is why I've it's kind of a personal motto of mine, I guess, that I never promise anything unless I am ready to basically give everything I've got to make it happen. You know what I mean? To me, it's very important. So I guess that's kind of a general statement that came out of kind of nowhere. Where was I going with this? I guess I'll pose a question back to you guys, though. So for the end of this Q&A, here's your question of the episode, I guess, or question of the week, or of the whatever. Question of the thing. What do you guys like about my content? Is there something I could do to improve it in your eyes? Now, I'm not guaranteeing that I will take every suggestion and say, okay, well, this is what I must do now as holy writ, because that would be insane. But I'm always open to constructive comments and all that kind of thing. And if there's something that you guys think I should do to improve things overall, to help the channel grow, to make you guys like it better, anything like that, be sure to leave them down below, because I always want to know. And I mean, I don't really come by this kind of stuff naturally. It's not really an area that I'm naturally gifted at. And if you guys want me to keep growing and keep changing my style, or evolving, or whatever the word you want to use is, I'm really going to need your help to do it, because it doesn't really occur to me naturally. I'm a bit dense. So thanks so much for watching, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it kind of enlightening. Hopefully you don't think I'm a horrible person now, because that would be bad, and I would feel bad about that. Yeah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for some Dark Souls 2, and following that, the beginning of our Kanto journey on Pokemon Crystal Nuzlocke. And for now, a MonsterMatt out. Bye-bye!